if you just joined us or you're still with us, it's still Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television. Let's have our conversation for today. Nigerian music legend Innocent Idibia, popularly known as 2Baba, sparked controversy after announcing his separation from wife Annie Idibia on Instagram. Initially claiming his account was hacked, 2Baba later admitted responsibility for the post, stating they had been separated for a while and were filing for divorce. He promised to release a statement to clarify the situation. The announcement attracted backlash from celebrities and social media users. TV personality Toke Makinwa criticized 2Baba for publicizing the issue, urging women to stand together and emphasizing the need for empathy and privacy. Actress Mary Remy Njoku expressed disappointment at 2Baba's insensitivity, warning him to ensure Annie's well-being. Uche Elendu called the public disclosure a betrayal, lamenting the lack of loyalty and disrespect. Big Brother Niger star Nina Ivy condemned men who seek public validation at the expense of their partner's mental health, advocating for boundaries and self-respect in relationships. While a few supported 2Baba's decision, most responses highlighted the need for accountability, respect, and private resolution during sensitive times. I am very passionate about this today, and of course I have distinguished young people to talk to me about this particular matter, because what we are talking about today is of very great importance. Relationship is what it is, and looking at it today and of course tomorrow, we have in the studios David Ikojo. He is an advocate for youth relevance in Nigeria, and Mercy Akintola, also an advocate. Joining us via Zoom from Lagos State, Nigeria, is Emmanuel Darasimi, a public affairs analyst. Thank you so very much, gentlemen and lady. It's really do appreciate you. Thanks. Beautiful. I'd love to start with you, Emmanuel Darasimi. Speak to us on this particular matter, especially from a man's point of view. Are you disappointed with Innocent Idibia?
Yes, I am. And the only reason why I'm disappointed is because he made it public. That's the only disappointment I have. Whatever would have happened, nobody knows. So I can't blame him. I can't blame Anne. I don't go transparent. But the only issue is, as a man, you shouldn't bring stuff like this to the public. And like if you put in context, like what we know Two-Face for. Most people are always like, he has been with several women. So you know that we have Nigerians, people who have that kind of notion towards you. This shouldn't be something you bring out to the public.
But you would agree with me, yes, but you agree with me that Two-Face Idibia is a very down-to-earth person. One of the most humble personality you would meet if you get to be with him one-on-one. For him to bring this to the open, it means that he has been stretched beyond a reasonable doubt, don't you think so?
No matter, okay, there are some decisions we make that we need to understand that no matter how you've been stretched to the limits, you see, there are some things we call trap. No matter how you might have been stretched to the limits, we've not heard of Annie, we've not heard of their divorce thingy online. So whatever that might have been happening would have been happening offline, not online. So, it just played out like the way everything was not meant to play out. Because that's why people are most likely saying you are coming out to seek public validation. If you are wanted to seek validation, not outside the public, you're a man for crying out loud. You could, no matter how the whole stress, the whole thing you are going through in your relationship, it shouldn't be public. It shouldn't be. Because when the whole stress and everything that might have pushed you, when it was happening, we did not hear of it. So now that it has happened, we shouldn't hear of it. Whatever happens in Rome should stay in Rome. Whatever happens in your house should stay in your house.
Whatever happens in Vegas should remain in Vegas. But of course, this is Lagos. What happens in Lagos should remain in Lagos and in their homes. Speaking of this particular matter, Mercy, as a woman, it's now becoming one man against the plenty women Every Nigerian woman is just on top of Two-Face's head. I remember he's a very slim guy. He doesn't have that plenty muscle to carry all the particular issue. But speak to us from a woman's point of view. Do you think Annie Idibia has been defaced or has been debased in any way when it comes to the relationship with Innocent Idibia?
Yeah, I feel like Annie has been debased, like you said, has been embarrassed and hurt so many times, even publicly. I mean, Annie, as you all know, started with Two-Face from a teen
as friends.
Yeah, as friends, but they started like talking, and the friendship started from teen years. Somebody I've known since my teens.
But that's different from
from when they started dating. I think there have been betrayal from the beginning. There was a time when they started dating, and then went ahead to have a relationship with, I think, Sumbo, that is married to a pastor now. Had 2 kids, then had 3 kids, and I think Pedro or someone like that. So I mean, there have been constant betrayals and heartbreaks and all, and then not drop this bomb.
Betrayal only she can assume, because if it's not betrayal on the part of Two-Face, whom I just see is my friend, right? It's my friend. Can I have the choice to do whatever? As at the time they were having whatever it is they were having, they weren't married. That is the issue. So why would she feel betrayed when you are not married to somebody legally?
Your relationship, you should still respect those boundaries. Don't cheat. Don't have kids outside if you know you're going to have a future with me. I feel like if he was going to have kids outside, if he was cool, he should have even asked her to marry. There's no point. And mind you, Two-Face is with the general notion that men are wired to cheat. He sees nothing wrong with it. It's a man's way of life, according to him.
Which he is, which he might be right.
Which he might be right. So I feel like he doesn't respect her enough.
Okay.
Apart from the betrayals, even when they had gotten married, he still had another child outside wedlock. Because our first daughter is still older than his last son.
The last son.
So I mean, they were married already. So that's already betrayal, even within marriage.
That's a very big one. David, speak to us on this particular matter. Emmanuel talked about the lots of things that were happening with the family that people didn't get to know, but you would, recollect very many years ago. This is not the first time. We've seen issues of Annie Idibia throwing tantrums on the family of Innocent Idibia, accusing the brother of owning her husband, and so many other things. Lots of tantrums were thrown here and there. Speak to us on this particular matter. Who do you think should be blamed in this particular case?
I don't even think this is something that... I think this is planned.
Planned from who?
This is planned. This is just an internet ruse, just to get
traction. No. Are you telling me
because
both of them are catching cruise?
If he has been going through this,
yes,
and she has been having something she's been going through, they would have split a long time ago. Or if when he had another child out of wedlock, she got angry, she got up, and there was a big fight, they would have split a long time ago. Why is it now that nothing happened? They just decided that they wanted to go out.
Things have been happening. The thing is that women, we desire certain gratifications from men. If I feel like I have security, I'm safe around you, I have benefits I'm going to get from being with you, I have kids with you, I will think of the future, not think of what
the benefits end now. Exactly. Did the benefit end now? Why do I feel?
It was Two-Face that came out, not Annie Idibia coming out to. Should have been hurt so many times. After Pedro gave birth to the last son for Two-Face, she would have called it off.
Yeah, but she remained.
She remained because she needed something. So this is Two-Face call now. Yeah. It's one who came out and said, yes, okay, I'm over it.
Yes, Emmanuel, you wanted to speak on something.
Yeah, concerning what she said, what you said that when, as a lady, when you have certain requirements you want from a guy, when you can feel safe with him, when you have kids with him, and there's something, what other thing did you say again?
I just want certain benefits.
Like, okay, basically, when you can benefit with him, now that is. I think that's where this whole issue is coming from. Definitely, most girls are usually with people because they can benefit from them. Don't forget that when you're in a marriage, it's meant to be a two-way thing. So if you are basically saying that because you can benefit from the guy, so
which
you
means
should
it's
be with him,
transactional.
like you should. Yeah, exactly. It means that means if you are defending, if you are okay, let's say you are taking sides with Annie with that, then that means Two-Face has nothing to lose, because I mean, even if he comes out 2 million times to say he's divorcing, Annie's still going to benefit.
Like I said, internet rules.
So if you are going to be there because of the benefit, you should be there because of what you will see that is not benefit.
Now, I would love you to speak to this particular matter. David said that both people are just catching their cruise on the internet. Do you really believe it's just an internet thing, or it's a very sensitive matter? We should, yes.
Let me even throw more light into this, because
Okay.
they've been having this reality show. It's been going smoothly. That's all we've been hearing of the family.
Okay.
Only for out of nowhere, they are now on the front pages of everywhere because of this that happened.
But I don't think there's another reality show coming up anytime soon. So which means this is a great deal. But Emmanuel, speak to us on this particular matter. Do you think with the proliferation of social media and lots of people throwing up content here and there, we don't even know which one is true or false any longer? Families fight, and before you know, you see that they are all catching cruise and trying to get likes and make money from the internet. Do you really think we should take this seriously, or do you think this is a big deal?
In all honesty, Nigeria itself in its present situation is a reality show.
No lies, actually.
I won't be surprised. Honestly, I actually looked at it from that point of view. Like, could this be a reality show? Because I have someone that is obsessed with that reality show, Young, Famous, and something.
An
Young,
African.
Famous, and African. Yeah. And initially, I was of the opinion that thing is all scripted. Now, I was talking to that person, I think last week Saturday. Today is Tuesday, and now we are hearing stories of they are divorcing. It's like, how did we get to that point?
From that were just on the show how many days ago?
Like, it just came up suddenly. So there's a possibility that it's all for cruise, which would be a very, very bad and disgraceful cruise. Because I mean, what are you both looking for? Like,
Exactly.
And one thing about Nigerians, especially Nigerian ladies, is that, okay, according to what David said, it was a possibility. Like, you looked at it as a possibility. I am looking at it as a possibility. But some ladies would take it as an opportunity to bring up a gender war.
Of course.
Because right now, because right now that's what it looks like. It's becoming a gender warfare right now between men and women, and people are even beginning to forecast what will happen in the nearest future, what women will do as against what men will do.
And that's the problem. We need to stop taking the wrong approach, like, to things. You can't just, okay, two people are quarreling, two people have an issue in a relationship. One is, okay, the guy is blah 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 divorce. You can't just say that's how many, because this is not, like, there are times where women also do these things. So, and you would not see, and I think that's just limited to we Nigerians.
All right.
When you go outside the country, when you see other people, how they relate, like, okay, this too, what happened? What exactly happened? If you want to, like, don't just say, okay, like what Tokemakiwa said. She made a point and she made no point. She made a point by saying, like, yeah, you shouldn't have come out and do this publicly. Then she made no point by saying, you would see, well, I think she said a statement about what the ladies they are here to fight. Like, come on, that's not necessary.
All right.
Like,
so
the main issue is not, obviously you can divorce with her. It's not a big deal. He can. You don't know what prompted him to do that.
Exactly.
But the main wrong with it is coming out online. So, besides that, to broadcast.
all right.
Sorry.
Now, coming out to publicize, just like Emmanuel said, our social media handles are becoming our personal lives. When we wake up in the morning, even just before we start praying, lots of people go to check up on what's happening on social media, WhatsApp and all, and so on and so forth. But I'd love you to speak to the issue of toxic relationship. It started from May, Edochie and Yul, and went up to AY and the wife. Now it's Two-Face Idibia and Annie Idibia. As much as we would love to believe it is all social media thing, but the reality is there's toxic nature imbibed in the lives of most married people now. Speak to us on this particular matter. Who do you think should be blamed when it comes to that toxic thing in a relationship?
Both partners should be blamed in a toxic relationship. Because, I mean, both of them are bringing their excesses. If you don't have a common ground, then there's no communication, there's no understanding, toxicity comes into it, and then, you know, ends, shatters, marriage shatters. So both partners have to understand that I am my own personality, you are your own personality. We are coming to build a family together. I have to understand that you are going to be excessive in some places, and I have to tolerate you. If you can't accommodate a partner, then it goes up to endless, you know, fights and then troubles and all, and then toxicity comes into it. So I feel both partners should be, I can't blame the man, I can't blame also the lady, because we don't know whatever transpired in these marriages from onset. We hear this one cheats, this one doesn't. We don't know what exactly transpired. Of course, as I said, social media, they cap their own thing, but generally both partners should be blamed for not understanding each other.
David, I would love you to speak to this particular matter. As much as we would preach tolerance of one another, of course, when you get married to a particular woman, it's not just you that got married to the woman, it's your family that got married to the woman, which means your family, okay, in some part, would come and live with you, isn't it? They would love to give you a call, even when you're having that awesome time with your wife, and you would love to listen to them, at least to listen to them, right? Now, one of the things Annie Idibia has stated consistently is the fact that the family of Innocent Idibia has been on and upward in their family. The brother, even the manager of Two-Face Idibia, they have been controlling the husband and all. How do we detach this issue of you know, wanting to micromanage a man who wants to be free and enjoying himself, even while trying to love you?
Man has free will. You can only submit to someone who you want to submit to. I would say that in my own case, if I have family members prognosing into my business,
what is
that is fine.
What is the business here? Because
business is not between
understand.
me
Yes.
and my wife. That one is relationship. Into my business. He's my manager. He has the right to do this. He has the right to do that. He has the right to call me to place if I'm doing something wrong, right? But he has no right to prognose into my relationship with my wife.
No, because where Annie Idibia is actually getting it wrong, or not really getting it wrong, is stating her fact, is that if Innocent Idibia, for example, desires to spend time with her, that is the time they will call him for a shoot that he has to go for, and which is making money.
He's left
so that
for
is
him.
where the issue is
He's
coming
left
from.
for him to make the standard. If he wants to go, he will go. If he doesn't want to go, he will not go. It's as simple as that. Man has free will.
So
He's
should
the
we
one,
blame-
even if they come with the proposal, we have to do this now. He is the one that they need. He is the one that can dictate, no, I need to spend this time with my wife. Give me so and so amount of time. By this time, we can reschedule to do this later. We can reschedule to do this later. He is the one here that has decided that, yes, whenever they call me, I'm at their beck and call. It's
Okay,
as simple as that.
so with that, it's right for you to blame your wife if she comes against that.
If my wife comes up
Yes.
and tells me that I'm spending
You
too
must
much
not
time,
go.
not you must not go.
No, that
She
is
come,
no,
no,
I'm very good at that. So they'll tell you.
That,
you must
do you know that means
Just to set a base for you.
she's been enjoying this. She have hinted at it. She has thought about
she's
it before,
tired about
and then something came up later. It got out of hand, and now okay, I'm not seeing my husband. Anytime I have chance to see my husband, that's when they remember that they have show that they need to do. I need justice for this, and she comes out. So it didn't just start one day, and she decided that yes, so I must fight for my husband now. If that probably happened happened twice, happened 3 times, and then now it's been compiling. It has gotten too much. It's gotten out of hand. She has to speak. If she does not speak, there will be a time where a year will run by. She will have no husband.
Really? Emmanuel, please speak to us on this issue also. Men are so immune to stress. Men do not like stress, to be honest to you, especially when it gets to marriage relationship. We do not like so much stress. And it's safe to say that men these days are going through so much of the stress with your girlfriend, stress with your wife, stress with people around you. It's not just in Nigeria. Tyrese Gibson actually cried on a national media breakfast show in the US, right? Because the wife left him, a wife that he saw on a $12 dress, and thought that this woman is not concerned about my wealth. And when she came into the family, she had a child, and you imagine the child support is even more than the net worth if they divide it into two, obviously. So speak to us on the issue of men going through pain and still holding on strong. When do you think is the right time for men to react when the stress is beyond their limit?
The right time for a man to react is even before you start. One thing people don't understand is when you are going into marriage, love is the least thing you need to consider. I, as a person, it's easy for you to see like someone that you love, like, okay, actually love this person. But your love won't really sustain your marriage. What to sustain is, number one, can I cope with this person's attitude? Like, not the good part. Can I cope with this person's bad attitude? So, initially, before you even get into marriage, you should know, okay, this is what the person I'm getting married to, this is what she can do. Like, this is a shortcoming. Then ask yourself, okay, can I accommodate this shortcoming? If I know, okay, you can't, you know your wife is probably, she goes to club and you don't like clubbing. You can't get into marriage and say you want to change it. Then, so help me God, and so help anybody that God wants to help. If you go into that marriage will never have peace. It is not a cause. Because it's common sense. You don't like clubbing. You know this girl clubs. If you want to change anybody, change the person outside marriage. Don't change someone inside marriage. So, for a man to complain, there's not like, see, you don't have to get to the threshold. You don't have to get to the limit before you complain. From the onset, you don't like, I was like, okay, personally, I can't speak for other guys. Personally, I don't like what I don't like. Like, I won't wait for us to get married for me to now say, you are frustrating me. Okay, I don't like clubbing. I know you club. 1 year into the marriage, I'm still trying to tolerate the fact that, okay, I'm telling you, why don't you reduce it? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. If I come out and I'm like, oh, I want to divorce this person, why? Because she clubs a lot. Because that's when one problem will lead to another problem. The story won't just be she clubs a lot. The story will be like, okay, she doesn't listen to me. Because obviously you'll be telling her not to club, and she would be refusing.
So which means Annie, which means Annie saw all of the red flags, but felt that she could manage the situation.
Exactly. Like, she saw all of that. She met Two-Face as an, like, they've been together. She know, like, okay, this person is an artist. And there's one very popular weird saying that goes that Two-Face, father of many nations. It did not just come. It didn't just come to place. It has been. Like, she knew all of this, but still went into marriage with him, which means she probably thought she had the coping mechanism to cope with that. So all of a sudden, that's why I'm not even concerned about what got them divorced, because like they did not meet each other yesterday. That's why I said initially that the only thing I'm going to blame Innocent for is bringing all this online. Whatever thing might have happened, it did not just start happening. They've been on this thing for even before marriage. So you can't just come in and start complaining of something you knew before marriage. Like, you don't just that's the reason why I refer to what she said, that if you are going to be there because of the benefit, then because of the benefits you ignore the red flags. Then when the red flags become bigger, don't complain. It's either you hold your red flag, you fold it, keep it in your wardrobe, or sleep inside your red flag, because there's nothing you can do again.
All right. Because
you ignored that red flag because of the benefit. So you can't, now that the red flag is getting bigger than the benefits, you can't seek anybody. You can't start becoming remorseful, start seeking justification from anybody. Because I mean, when you were getting the benefits, you did not complain.
Yeah, very
you knew
true.
Of the red flag.
Very true. Like this. All right, beautiful. Mercy, my last question to you. Mental health is a very big issue when it comes to relationship. Annie Idibia, like we hear, is on rehab right now. Her health is not good enough. Her mental health is all messed up right now. What do you think is the best advice for someone who is going through that at this point, most especially Annie Idibia? Should she and maybe take the just allow things go the way they should go, or should she fight for that thing that is becoming elusive to her right now?
I feel like she should just let it be.
She
What
should
will
let
be
go.
will be. You should let go, because right now a mental health is declining. It didn't just start now, and I feel why this thing has become a gender fight. Because why Tokimakiwa said will fight for Annie.
Yeah.
It's because she's recently facing some backlash from the reality series.
Oh.
She conducted herself in manners that were not.
Yeah, because there were allegations alleged that she is on, those substances that are not.
She
enough.
actually is.
Oh, she is.
She is.
Oh.
So her mental health is declining, and then you now decide to bring this thing to the public. I mean, what are you fighting for anymore, girl? Just let it go. You are okay. You have, I mean,
Financially,
money,
she's
financially,
fine.
you're okay to take
She
care
has 2
of
children
your
to
kids.
herself, yeah.
So take care while you stay with a man that is not even, is tired. He wants to, yes, 2 weeks is tired. I know, you said it for him to come out and speak that way. He said he's a humble guy.
Yeah,
he's
very
straight.
down to
So
earth
yeah, you know that
personality.
he's tired. He has gotten to the breaking point. So I should just let it go. Why are you fighting for it? You want to kill yourself. You're losing yourself already. You have kids that you have to take care of. Let it go, my dear.
What do you think about that? What do you think a Two-Face equally should do at this point? Of course, a man will be man. That will not stop Two-Face from liking another fine girl. If
You have kids. You have kids next 2 years. Father, very delicious.
So what do you think is the best thing now going forward?
We are here. It's out in the open. They should take their family matters back to the family house.
But it's not possible.
They're
Right
really
now.
aside for them.
So much
right
fire
now,
has been
right
created
now.
Yes,
right now.
Right
and
now.
even with the opinions from the public,
correct.
that's
Right
why I
now,
love this.
opinion or no opinion, if they both come out and say, okay, this is what happened, we would like to make our matters private.
And
They
what's
can
the Two-Face now ready?
that's the thing. If he wants to get this thing done, he can just go back, say drawing board, go back to the dining table, and they can have a discussion on this and see how they can move forward. If there are things they need to meet at a junction, I have this opinion, you have this opinion, we should meet at that junction, let us make a decision. That's what they actually need to do right now. That's the most important thing they can do to make their relationship stand. Or if they can't do that, let the thing just dissolve.
All right, Emmanuel, my last question to you. Our fathers, our grandfathers lived with their wives for 50 plus years. They celebrated their silver jubilee, their golden jubilee, their diamond jubilee, until one, of course, went to meet God. Right now, you see marriages 1 month is over. Some people even 2 weeks. Some people even on the very day of the wedding, they are throwing blows. How do you think we can get it right, especially for young people?
Okay, firstly, we need to get ourselves right. Then, okay, there's one thing I would like to debunk, that I would like to nullify, personally, is that I don't think there's anything like men will always be men. It takes it's about discipline.
Okay.
Because if you say men will always be men, just put yourself in a position whereby you give birth to a daughter, and a guy meets your daughter and is giving the attitude of men will always be men. I mean, I can do what I want to do. So men always be men. I don't think personally I don't support that idea. It's all about discipline. And the earlier we get that discipline, the better our marriages will be. By the time you understand that this person, see, there's no rush in getting married. There is totally no rush. Because when you get married, there will be about 1,000 or 2,000 people at your wedding. But when you are facing your problem, it's just you and your husband. And now, when it's beyond you and your husband, that is when this kind of meeting we're having will come to place. Whereby we need to discuss what is wrong with you and your wife. So, for us to get it right, we need to, there are some certain mentalities, basically we just need to let humility come into play. Both from the husband and from the wife. Know your place as a wife. Know your responsibility as a husband. Know what you are meant to do. Before you can, you need to love yourself before you can love someone else. You need to love yourself. Put yourself, I believe if I want to get married, I put myself in the shoe of my wife. Then my wife should put myself in the shoe of the husband. So like I tend to see, okay, if I'm doing this to me, I ask my guys one particular question. Like, okay, look at yourself. Can you date you? Once we can answer that question, then I think we are very good to go.
No, every man can date himself.
I had that too.
Because we love ourselves so more than any other person. Every man has the tendency of tolerating themselves. So which means they can date themselves.
Okay, trust me, even Two-Face cannot date someone like him.
Somebody's hanging around.
Two-Face can't date someone like him. Like, okay, imagine you have a female Two-Face and Two-Face is dating like you go and meet one husband, you have kids for that husband. You meet another person, you give birth to a child.
And you expect me to welcome everyone and be the mother to all nations.
Even Two-Face will date himself.
Yeah, very
Sorry
true.
to say.
Yeah.
If you can answer that question, can you date yourself? Once you can get the yes, then go into marriage.
All right, people. We can go on and on this particular sweet matter. It's actually very interesting. I felt like just going on, but I just have to, keep it close for now. But the truth remains that there's a woman for every man. There's a man for every woman. The most important thing is for us to keep looking out for the red flags. And if you can identify that red flags, never manage any relationship. When you notice that there's something bad or awful about your partner that you do not like and you cannot change before marriage, don't ever think that you can change it after marriage. It's very important that going forward, that we would have Gen Zs and Gen Alphas. They are called Gen Alpha.
We have Gen Beta now.
Gen Beta and all of that, and all of the gens. The desire is for us to have people celebrate their silver jubilee, their golden jubilee, their diamond jubilee together, so as we can have a wonderful society. When you have a good family, you have a greater society, you have a wonderful nation, and you have a beautiful world. That's all we pray for, and that's what we hope for. Thank you so very much, Emmanuel Darasimi, for being part of our show today. We truly do appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And also, David, thank you so very much, Messi.
Thank you.
Truly, it's wonderful doing business with all of you. All right, people, that's just about the time we have today. I'd love to believe you enjoyed our show today, just like I did. But please do well to visit us. You can always find and reach us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7. I am Henry Gwibike. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.